Please tell us your name and where you live.
My name is Giuseppe Rossi. I live in Rome.
My name is Lorenzo Esposito. I live in Rome.
What do you have planned for today?
I will have to rearrange most of my meetings and plans over the coming weeks due to some changes at work. My boss has told me he will be off for some time due to a health issue.
I will be going to the hospital to start preparation for a stem cell transplant. They have found a good match for me, and now I'm going in to start the process before having the transplant next week.
What led up to today?
My boss has been missing meetings over the last few months, although I hadn't realized it was anything serious. Only last week, he told me he will be going into hospital. It's only a small company, so I will have to postpone quite a few activities as there won't be enough people to do them. Lorenzo is a good boss, but this is certainly going to be a lot more work for everyone. I wish he'd given us more notice.
I'd been feeling unwell for a while and thought it was just working too hard or it was a persistent flu. It's my company and I do need to put in plenty of hours, especially with the current economic climate. We can't let things slip. I'd started getting out of breath and thought it was probably just a lack of exercise. When I had to miss some meetings because I was too tired, I finally realized that my flu wasn't getting any better and I went to the doctor. He did a blood test and then referred me to a specialist. And things moved very quickly after that. I'm lucky to be part of a large family and my youngest brother is a good match and he was willing to donate stem cells to me.
Do you know why things have moved so quickly?
I'm not sure. My boss is a good guy. He has always played fair with me. I guess he didn't know before now.
My leukemia was quite severe by the time I was diagnosed. I was so focused on my company that I hadn't had time to think about myself. Once I went to the hospital, things moved almost like a speeding train. I had so much to organize and I know I missed some things that I should have done. I'm glad that Giuseppe in the office is so reliable.
How do you feel about the office absence?
It's going to be a lot of work. I hope my boss gets better soon so that we can get back to normal.
I'm worried about the company and everyone there, but I've realized that now I should focus on myself first. I hope that Giuseppe can manage things in my absence, but I will have to get back as soon as I can.
It's now been a month since the hospital admission. How are things going?
The first couple of weeks were bedlam. There was so much to do. I had only a few short messages from my boss, and then his brother came in to explain more about the situation. I'm glad he did. It's much easier to make firmer plans. Now I know that he will not be back as soon as I had anticipated.
I hadn't realized how tired and ill I would feel during the transplant process. I still want to sleep most of the time. It's been very hard being in quarantine. I'm so used to being busy, but I haven't had the energy to do anything, and I'm not allowed out even if I want to. I've finally understood that I'm not going to be able to get back to work straight away, and I've asked my brother to explain to Giuseppe in the office.
It's now 6 months since the hospital admission. How are things now?
I see my boss Lorenzo a couple of times a week. He still doesn't feel up to coming to the office regularly and has now formally made me acting manager on higher pay. Things changed so suddenly, but now we are getting more settled. I recommended to Lorenzo that we take on a new technician and he was happy for me to move forward with that. We are now able to properly handle the workload and even seek more clients. It's good to have more responsibility.
I'm sure that I was told that it would take time to recover after the transplant, but I really hadn't understood how much of an impact it would have on me. Hygiene is still a big concern. I'm certainly lucky that my wife is willing to put the extra effort into making the right food. At the company, Giuseppe has been fantastic. He has really stepped up, especially once he knew properly about the situation. I've promoted him to acting manager, and the company is doing all right without me. My own numbers are improving, and I'm now thinking about the future. I feel more confident that I'm going to recover, although I'm not sure that I want to go back to how things were before. Luckily, for now, I have a reliable manager, and I don't have to make any big decisions yet.